We started off this epic adventure at 2 o'clock this morning when we woke up and busted out of the trailer.
So we headed up the 101 and we were headed towards the Ruby Beach area, and we were going to go in on the Hoh Rainforest road there.
Well, we get over here and we find out that due to all this wonderful rain, the roads are closed.
We got up to about the Quinault Rainforest area and we started seeing some road closure signs, and then finally we hit a big sign and lots of people, and they closed down the road.
As we all know, everything doesn't go to plan. So we are going to make the best of it and enjoy this rainy day.
We are going to pivot and we're going to spend the day in the Quinault Rainforest instead of the Hoh, and we're going to have a great day.
We left our RV before 3 a.m. Rain pouring, wipers barely keeping up, planning a 4-hour drive to the Hoh Rainforest. But as we got close, roadblock. A storm had washed part of the highway away. With soaked roads and no plan B, we remembered something. Just 15 miles back, we passed the Quinault Rainforest. We spun around, shifted gears, and turned our day into a spontaneous rainforest reroute. Sometimes the best days on the road aren't the ones you plan. They're the ones that ambush you before sunrise with a closed road and a twist of fate.
It's kind of apropos just to be in the rainforest while it's raining.
First stop, Maple Glade Loop Trail. No one around, not even a ranger. The kids followed Kestner Creek while we slipped under a canopy of moss-draped big leaf maples. The Quinault Rainforest is a part of the only temperate rainforest ecosystem in the lower 48, fed by over 12 feet of rain a year. It is home to record-breaking trees like Sitka spruce, Douglas fir, and western red cedar, many over 1,000 years old. This land has been carefully stewarded by the Quinault Indian Nation for generations, and you can feel that deep connection in the silence of the forest.
Watch your head.
Wait, this is private property.
Next up, the Kestner-Higley Homestead, one of the last remaining pioneer sites tucked deep inside the Olympic National Park. The trail winds through cabins, a weathered barn, and old outbuildings, quiet remnants of the families who carved out a life here over a century ago. It all started with the Kestners, who arrived in the early 1890s, drawn by the Homestead Act and a promise of rich soil and endless timber. But the rainforest had its own rules. 12 feet of rain a year, dense forest, and isolation tested every settler who stayed. One of the highlights? An old truck, almost entirely swallowed by trees. Like nature saying, "Nice try, but I win." We imagine what life was like up here before roads, electricity, or even park protection. No Wi-Fi, no backup generator, just wood stoves, lanterns, and grit. Many of the homesteaders, like the Kestners and the Higleys, eventually sold their land to the Park Service. Their preserved homes now serve as a museum without walls. It's a humbling reminder of the people who tried to tame this land, and the Quinault Indian Nation, who never had to. Their way of life worked with the rainforest, not against it.
There's a bunch of banana slugs. Like that one.
You, so I can't answer that question. It's like one of those.
One thing I love about Washington, wherever you go, there's berries.
Blackberries.
We've been trying to contact the Alligator Kazakhstan once.
As we wandered out of the meadow, we took one last look at the Kestner-Higley Homestead. The silence here speaks volumes. Over 100 years ago, families carved out a life in this rainforest, raising livestock, growing gardens, and building barns that still stand. Well, sort of. You can feel the mix of grit and hope that they must have carried, trying to tame a landscape that clearly had no intention of being tamed. Now moss climbs the cabin walls, trees lean where fences once stood, and it all blends into the forest like a forgotten dream. But a moment, we stood in the space between what was and what is. And that's the kind of history you don't just see, you feel.
What are you doing? It's still raining. I know, shocking. So this is probably one of the weirdest experiences I've ever had. What do you think, Gertie? So, it's raining, but it's not like super cold, and every tree is like fluffy and covered in moss, and it's so green, like so epically green, and it's been raining since this morning, like, well, since yesterday, and it's just, as you can see, we're all like just drenched. Thankfully we have our rain clothes, but it is beautiful. It is like you come around these corners and it's like stepping into this amazing room, this amazing greenhouse of just everything is different than what you would expect. Like the trees are trees, but they don't look like trees that you've seen anywhere else. They're just so epic. It is so pretty. And even though it's raining, it's serene and calm and beautiful. It's really awesome. I wish you guys were here to experience it with us, because this is just really cool. It should be miserable, but it's not. Trust me, it's not.
We wrapped up the Maple Glade Loop. The rain fell on and off, sometimes a mist, other times a full-on rainforest downpour. The trail wound through Sitka spruce, moss-covered maples, and ferns so big they made Gertie look like she wandered out of Jurassic Park. It was like wandering through time. Every tree looked like it had stories to tell. Some, probably older than the country itself. We didn't see another soul for most of the morning, and honestly, that solitude was magic. It let the rainforest speak for itself. The Quinault Rainforest is a part of the only temperate rainforest in the world, and one of 4 found in the Olympic National Park. But unlike the more famous Hoh, the Quinault gets less foot traffic, making it feel more personal, more sacred. And it is sacred to the Quinault Indian Nation, whose stewardship of this land goes back a millennia. They've lived, hunted, fished, and gathered here for generations. Long before roads or ranger stations, these trails we walk today, they're layered with thousands of years of human footsteps. Even the plants tell a story. Sword ferns up to 10 feet long, skunk cabbage line the creek beds, and moss that hangs like emerald curtains over the trail. The rain didn't just make the forest grow, it shaped the people, the culture, and the spirit of this place.
It's a redwood.
It's not a redwood, it's a maple. But you want to see something really cool?
What?
Ranger Station was finally open, and Dean and Gertie shot through the doors. Junior Ranger booklets in hand, answers scribbled, scavenger hunts complete, and enough fern facts to stump a botanist. The Rangers gave their work a look, asked a few questions, which they nailed, by the way, and gave them the nod. It was badge time. Quinault Rainforest badge status unlocked.
What's your favorite national park you visited so far?
Acadia.
Acadia? That's on my bucket list, absolutely.
And Mount Rushmore National Park?
It is a national park.
Or you're saying you mean Mount St. Helens?
Yes.
Oh, Mount St. Helens. That's a national volcanic monument, and I'm not sure who exactly administers that. I believe it's the Forest Service and the state that administers that. What do you think they get from eating the elk antlers? Why do they eat these? There's something in here that you guys need too, that the mice can only get from elk antlers. Close. It also starts with C. You get it from milk.
Calcium.
Calcium, exactly. This is just rodent cheese.
Wait, right here?
Yep, right on there. Nice. And place it over your heart. This hand. Your other hand. Nice. Alrighty, and repeat after me. I promise
I promise
to preserve and protect
to preserve and to protect
the plants, animals, and history
the plants, animals, and history
of Olympic National Park
of Olympic National Park
and my community
and my community
by observing park rules
by observing park rules
and showing respect for the environment.
and showing respect for the environment
Nice, wherever I go.
wherever I go.
And I promise
And I promise
to eat all of my vegetables
to eat all of my vegetables
and to do all of my homework on time
and to do all of my homework on time.
and clean my room when my parents ask.
And clean my room when my parents ask. But
Yes!
I
Woo! There you go! That's funny how that works, huh? Good job, guys. Nice, you are official now. There are your badges. Congratulations, Junior Rangers.
Thank you.
Badges in hand and still riding high from our spontaneous rainforest adventure, we hit the road again. But not far. Just a few minutes down the road, we made a quick detour at Willaby Creek Falls. It's small, tucked away, but stunning. The rain gave the whole scene this enchanted misty glow, just like something out of a fairy tale. We could have skipped it, but wow, are we glad we didn't.
What?
Not good.
What's wrong?
I'm cold.
The sound of the rushing creek, the mossy stones, the kids hopping from puddle to puddle, it was one of those accidental stops that ends up being a core memory. Quick photo op, muddy shoes, and back in the truck. After drying off a little from the falls, we headed toward the Quinault Rainforest Nature Trail. Still soaked, still grinning. We didn't plan this stop, we hadn't even heard of it. But the moment we set foot on the trail, it felt like we were supposed to be there. Rain came down in buckets as we made our way up the trail. Slick wooden bridges, towering ferns, and a mist hanging in the trees. And then something unexpected. We came across a group of older hikers, clearly in distress. One of them was having a medical episode and they didn't know what to do. We dropped everything to help. Jeff carried the man nearly half a mile back to the main road while the others called for help. We didn't film any of it. Some things you just don't. But we were so thankful we were there when it mattered. Once we knew they were safe and help was on the way, we continued on.
Where are we at?
At a giant tree.
Giant tree.
Giant tree.
Come over here. Tell everybody we're at the world's record Sitka spruce.
We're at the world record Sitka spruce.
Say it to the camera. Sitka.
What?
We're at the world record Sitka reviews.
We're at the world record Sitka spruce.
Okay.
Ready?
You can do it.
Go.
We're at the world record Sitka spruce.
Yeah, there you go. That's the one you're going with.
Right.
I'm sorry to tell you.
Oh my gosh.
And there it was, the world's largest Sitka spruce, nearly 1,000 years old, over 190 feet tall, and 58 feet around. A tree older than most written history in this region, standing tall through it all. Honestly, that moment hit harder than we expected. The chaos, the calm, the connection. This wasn't the day we planned, but it's one we'll never forget. Then we hit the Rainforest Nature Trail. It loops past braided streams, quiet waterfalls, and groves of cedar, hemlock, and Sitka spruce that have been here for hundreds, some thousands of years. It's more than a scenic walk, it's a lesson in time. This area, all the way around Lake Quinault, is a part of the ancestral homeland of the Quinault Indian Nation, who have lived alongside this lake and these trees for generations. Long before national parks, they hunted elk in the highlands, fished salmon in the rivers, and foraged for berries and roots all along these very paths. They didn't just live on this land, they lived with the land. When Olympic National Park was created in 1938, this southern edge near Lake Quinault was part of a larger conservation effort driven by a growing awareness that this place was one of a kind. The temperate rainforest ecosystem here is one of the last of its kind in the lower 48, and it's thriving in large part because of the stewardship of the Quinault people and the protection status that followed. The trail's packed with moments, nurse logs growing new trees, mossy arches over ancient footpaths, and towering trunks that feel like quiet guardians of a much slower time. Gertie kept pointing out these things she called forest puzzles, and honestly, she's not wrong. Every turn felt like it was trying to tell us a story. This wasn't part of our original plan, but this trail made us feel something deeper, a respect for the people who lived here first, and an awe for the natural power that continues to shape this forest today.
Watched our Fort Clatsop video, you would know that the lady I talked about told us about all the different kinds of berries. This is a thimbleberry. The reason why it's called a thimbleberry is because it fits on your finger. And we're going to eat it today because we found some on the trail. They have big leaves, like giant leaves. Here, for reference, this guy is one of those thimbleberry leaves. They're huge. And if you find these red berries on them, don't hesitate to pick them if they're on the trail in reach. Okay, so we're gonna try it. It's good, nutritious, and healthy for you. So let's keep going.
She's like,
Dad, I found some. Can you get me a pack of fruit snacks on my backpack?
what?
Strawberry.
Put it in here. So we're in the Quinault Trail system, part of the Olympic National Forest. And though it was rainy, it has been just absolutely beautiful here.
Hold on. Wait, I'm here.
Two bonuses for me anyways. One, no crowds because, well, one, it's raining. Second, it's the Quinault, which isn't an overly popular area of the Olympic National Forest, which it should be because these trees are every bit of what the Hoh has. If you want to see rainforest and not have to deal with the crowds, this is the place to go. This hike that we're on now, lake views, mountain views, rainforest views, it's pretty epic. So we're going to continue on. I think we've got about 3 more miles to go on this trail that we're on right now. And we'll see what happens. Maybe some waterfalls. I heard there's a cedar bog or something else along this trail. So we're going to check out some things that we've never seen before. Holy moly.
This side of Olympic National Park flies under the radar. No tour buses, no packed trailheads, just towering silence and trees so massive they feel like the backbone of the earth itself. They call it the Valley of the Rainforest Giants for good reason. 6 national champions grow here, meaning the largest known trees of their kind in the entire country. From Douglas firs and western red cedars to Sitka spruce cloaked in moss, each one has stood through storms, sun, and centuries. But it's not just about size. These forests are a part of a rare, temperate rainforest biome, found only in a few spots on the planet, and they've been cared for and respected for generations by the Quinault Indian Nation, whose connection to the land runs deeper than any roots of any tree here. It's easy to get caught up in the big names, Hoh, Hurricane Ridge, Ruby Beach, but here, this valley whispers. It's a place that rewards the quiet observer, the curious family, the ones who pull over when something unexpected calls them in. And on this day, it was us.
We win.
Why are you just sitting here in the rain?
Relaxing.
Relaxing?
Rainforest.
I hear a waterfall. Oh man! I'm wet! You think my pants are wet?
Did you pee?
You, David, you just paid. Wait, is it on your top?
No. It's on my butt.
Yeah. Sorry, I apologize.
Okay. Oh my god.
As we hiked the last stretch of trail, mud splattered, rain soaked, and blissfully tired, the forest finally opened up to something unexpected. Lake Quinault. Nestled at the base of the rainforest, this glacially carved lake has been a source of life, legend, and connection for centuries. Fed by snowmelt and rainforest streams, it's a part of the Quinault River system and plays a vital role in the local ecosystem. Salmon spawn here, eagles nest overhead, and the surrounding rainforest owes much of its vibrant biodiversity to the steady rhythm of this lake. For the Quinault Indian Nation, these waters have always been sacred, providing fish, transport, and ceremony. The relationship to the land and the lake is woven into every mossy stone and cedar branch you pass along the trail. And for us, it was the exhale we didn't know we needed. The clouds parted just long enough for us to catch our breath, and in the stillness of the water, it felt like a soft landing after a day of twists, turns, and unexpected detours. We hadn't seen another soul for hours, and in the final quiet moments, boots muddy, hearts full, we realized something simple but true. Some of the best adventures, you don't plan them. They find you. We made it back to the truck, soaked, muddy, and grinning like fools. This day started with a roadblock, no plan, and a total gamble on a backup trail we'd barely heard of, and yet it gave us everything. A front row seat to one of the most magical corners of Olympic National Park.
This was it. I told you they were wet. First, don't trust me. Oh, that hurts.
Swampy.
Dean's got swamp foot.
Ow, that hurts. What's swamp foot? Look how wet my foot is.
Someday you're gonna have swamp foot. Today's the day.
Deadpool's feet when he got like air circulated. Just batter and disgusting. First of all, this is one of my comments. Everybody's like, "Dang, don't close down the front of it." I would probably just have non-matching socks. Like, it's totally normal. Oh, I'm so bad.
There you have it, people.
Colors. I want my colors. I want my.
Could have been 5 miles total that we did today on the loop. That was pretty awesome. It kind of went through the rainforest. You ended up on the other side of the lake, and so you're walking on the lake side for half of it and through the rainforest on the other half. That was pretty cool. Those lake views when you came down out of the rainforest, that was pretty cool. Now I am absolutely drenched just like everybody else. We're gonna change here and we're dipping.
So even though today started off not as great as we thought it was going to be, it turned out to be a wonderful day. Rain and all, it was a really cool experience to see the rainforest as it's raining and nature just being nature. Everything was vibrant and green, and the moss was standing up again, and the trees were just soaking it all in. So the waterfalls were flowing, and the rivers were, well, the creeks were all flowing really well. And it was just a really cool experience to see. If you're looking for something with a little less of the, I don't know, the tourist packs and the lines and all the things, I would definitely suggest coming to this side of the park. It's not visited as often as the other side, but it's really got some beauty for you to take in. And I'm definitely going to knock this one off my bucket list. So I'll put upwards and onwards. Never stop exploring.
Never stop dancing. Hey, that was my line. Never stop dancing.